Good morning, gamers! Welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. Welcome to this Saturday show, because it is preview day, so in about 14 minutes, legally, I am unbound to talk about things that are in the thumbnail, because that's allowed, but I can't tell you what it is yet. But welcome to the stream. It's the preamble ramble before we get into the meat and potatoes, the true gossip at 10 a.m. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? If you're watching live, let me know who you are, where you're watching from. If you're not watching live, let me know what you're doing whilst watching in the comments down below. Let me say hello to everyone who's arrived in chat, and if you haven't arrived, again, just let me know. Leave a comment down below and let me see who you are. Hello. Free Radio Armageddon. Popcorn Scorpion says late. I said I might hold until 10. That would have been funny. Akuda says late. I wasn't late. I was perfectly on time. Okay. This is half an hour earlier than my earliest stream than I don't normally do. Okay. I don't know what you want from me. Start now. I can listen to you ramble while I psych myself up for disappointment at 10. Well, that's true. That's true. Are you trying to get the Dark Angels box, Popcorn? To go with your Dark Angels cereal, or your Dark Angels bowl, or your Dark Angels spoon, or your Dark Angels mug? Popcorn likes Dark Angels, and if anyone knew. I come back to watch streams after a year, and you are 2 hours too late. I'm not late. I'm on time. I'm on time. The stream started at 1:45. Skipping ahead, are we, you rascal? I'm not skipping ahead of anything. I have nothing in front of me legally. I have nothing on the screen legally. But I mean, it might change in 13 minutes. Who knows? I'm not watching live. Okay, that's fine. If you rewind it, I'm always late. I have come here to hear how bad Dark Angels are. I'm sure we can talk about something related to Dark Angels, maybe. Allegedly, we might say. We do have some real gossip to go over, though. We do have some real good gossip. Okay. I'll have a little gander at while we wait for 10 a.m. I would appreciate that you were sharply on time. Thanks, Shadowzone. Someone appreciated that I was on time. People don't realise that I start the stream on time and then I go live when Discord says I go live. I'm sat in GWQ. That's cringe. That is cringe. Is it like a physical queue? Are you like sat down, like camping outside, or are you just sat at your computer? Morning, Redakai. How you doing? Stim Kalan. Good morning. I don't know if I recognise your username. Thanks for popping by. Good morning from Uzbekistan. Good morning, Mercenary Q. How are you? Mikey, you being earlier, still late than your normal late streams, isn't on time early. It is on time and early, actually. 5 a.m. Redakai. Good morning to you. Grab yourself a coffee. Are you trying to distract me from failing to get the Deathwing box on pre-order? No. What you can do is you can tab out and listen to me tell you about it, maybe. You motherfucker, you woke me up. Listen. It's time. It's time. Where's the newsroom? Well, it's not the morning news today. It's the Dark Angels video. It doesn't have its newsroom. Good morning from the Netherlands. Good morning, Dominique. How you doing? Big Ron, good morning. I heard there was goss. I've been summoned. There is real gossip, actually. The queue has begun. There is actually real goss, because on Monday we talked about scalping, if you remember. Okay, we talked about scalping on Monday. Now there is an image floating around, and I have some extra information. Extra. Very on brand that Mike Dark Angels knowledge he has to keep secret. I do. I've got 11 minutes to kill. Okay. Got to start early, get everybody in. Got 11 minutes to kill. But also, if you would like to support the channel, you can by becoming a member today for as little as £1.99 a month. I can see some great names in chat. Don't worry, it's not shameful. All you can do is click join button down below. Do it on a computer, not an iPhone, because you do get charged more. And then you get green name, this number gets bigger, and then things happen. Like we reach goals. We're trying to reach 375 members so we can do an old world live battle report. Okay. If you're already a member, you can let someone else become a member by gifting membership for $4.99 a month, or $4.99 one-off payment, and they become a member for 30 days, and they get to join our Discord for free for 30 days. You can call them poor and mock them and make them realize Discord is the best place to be if you like my content and like the community, and then they will be succumb to guilt when their membership runs out, and then they'll become member and then do the same to someone else. It's a fulfilling circle, and we love circles. The inner circles, because it's a Dark Angel. Because we're a Dark Angel, okay? Great name is cringe. That is true. But But let me tell you, this image has been floated around. So this is a screenshot of an eBay sale page, so like a message between the seller and the buyer of a scalped Siege of Terror book, part 3. Okay. As you can see, it's sold for £289.99. And okay, and the first message we get is, "Hi, thank you for your order. I will ship as soon as I receive the book from Warhammer. Thank you for your patience." Okay, not even butter in the fact that they don't have the book. Okay, they don't have the book, and they've sold it already for like more. Okay, so this is like a message, and what we've seen is, and the guy says thank you and he buys it, but then the screenshot goes on to saying, "Hey man, unfortunately, Games Workshop has cancelled all my orders. Very sorry about this. I will have to refund you." This is a scalper that's had all these orders cancelled. And then a screenshot of the email saying, "Warhammer.com, your order has been cancelled. Your refund is being processed at 9:16. I presume yesterday." Okay. Why is reselling site allows pre-orders beyond me? It's not. It's against the eBay's terms and conditions. And then someone saying, "That's very unfortunate. Thank you for kindly letting me know." Okay, so the scalper's orders have been cancelled. However, this isn't an isolated case, okay? Call me Valrak because I've got my own Alfarius. I've got my own insider, okay? And this isn't an isolated case. I can't say much more, but let's just say it might not have been a one-off run. Let's just say they're going to have a little bit of backed up orders that aren't going to be going to customers, and they're going to need to do something with it. That's all I'm going to say, okay? I can't say much more. Was it Valorant told you? No. No. Real insider. Valorant makes them up. Valorant doesn't have insiders. He gets all his information from me. I'm joking. That's a lie. That's a lie. He doesn't get any information from me. However, that isn't an isolated case. You're probably going to see a lot of people who have tried... Games Workshop are hacking. Did you see? Games Workshop were listening. Did you see that? Did you see that, chat? What's going on? What are you doing? There we go. So, an insider has let me know that isn't an isolated case. There is more like that going to be happening. And I'm already getting hacked, okay? Did you see they tried to DDoS me just then, okay? You just saw it. Element said they haven't got enough stock to sell online in store only. Well, for the Deathwing box, they seem to be doing that a lot, and they seem to be not doing discounts on pre-orders as well. Let's go. Yeah, Mark Ward, one of the members, is in the video as well. Good friend of mine. Allegedly, Jordy approved. 6 o'clock, but it's already 7. So it's coming out in 8 hours. It's coming out in 8 hours, that video. Unless GW post an article about my painting early. If they do, I'll probably post then. They've taken a picture of some stuff, and they might be doing an article about it. If they do that, then I'll post a video as soon as that goes live. But if not, it'll be going out at 6. And then, guys, you'll have to reply to the comments. I'm going out tonight. I'm going on the piss. It's my birthday party tonight. Maggie Pro Pato. Maybe. I'm going to do a couple of edits. I had someone watch it and they said they didn't quite understand the video. And I was like, why? And it's like, who's the pro? And I was like, oh, okay. I'll make that clearer. But it's my birthday party this evening, so I'm on the piss. So someone's going to have to reply to comments for me and be like, wow, thank you. Thank you so much. And they'll just act like they're me. Thank you. It's not my birthday yet, but it's the party tonight. I turn 30 next week. Monday will be the birthday stream. And then I did have a big birthday stream planned, but I've pushed it off. I'm going to do it in February. The reason being is the drama that's been happening on Twitter, I probably wouldn't fit very well with what I was doing. But I do have a big event stream planned as well next month now. It's supposed to be next weekend, but it's not really worked out. But now I'm turning 30. Now I'm turning 30, as Bo Burnham would say. However, it is 2 minutes. 2 minutes to 10. Don't say happy birthday. So it's my birthday. I'd let me do the birthday stream on Monday. It's just my birthday party today. I'm just going out with my friends tonight and having beers. It should be quite fun though. It should be a good laugh. We've hired a place out. And we're gonna have like our own little like room and stuff with like pool table and foosball table and stuff like that. And then I'm making them all do a best friend quiz. And whoever wins is officially my new best friend. And whoever loses does get kicked out of the birthday party because they're not my very good friend. So that should be fun. And I've printed a trophy. Don't tell any of my real friends, but I've printed them a trophy in my head that I'm going to spray gold. So that's the plan for this evening, which should be pretty fun. I'll let you know how it goes, because obviously Elliot and Tom will be there, and if they don't win, that's a big yikes. That is a big yikes. Anyway, it's 10 o'clock, chat. It's 10 o'clock. Now's the time. If you haven't, please go order your Deathwing box. But it's time for me to talk at you for I need a full screen this. There we go. Talk at you for 20 minutes about the Dark Angels. Because very kindly by Games Workshop, I was gifted hashtag adwhip, hashtag the Dark Angels, hashtag Wargaming Community. I have the limited edition Dark Angels Codex in hand. Oh, isn't it pretty? 2 sets of old artwork on 1 book. This is the brand new Dark Angels Codex, and they did also send me the new box set. The box set is full of nice models. I don't know how much it costs, but it's a very nice limited edition Codex. It also comes with the data cards as well, which I think is really nice. So the data cards are included in the box. It's a very nice addition. I really like that. Okay, let me talk at you for Dark Angels for 20 minutes. I've readied you a presentation. Okay. Games Workshop gave you a free book, so when I can't get the limited edition book, I can blame you. Now, I have improved my presentation skills tenfold. Is everyone ready? Look at those transitions. This is a Codex supplement, okay? It is not a fully fledged Codex. It is a Codex supplement. It says it on the spine, as you can see. So this is designed to go with the Space Marine Codex. You will need the Space Marine Codex in addition to this Codex to play a Dark Angels detachment or with Dark Angels units. Much like you would 2 indexes now, you need the Codex and the Codex supplement to go together. Okay. So that's something to be aware of. Sure, Michael, Orcs announced for Old World. Wait, what? Lad, I'm doing the Dark Angels presentation. I'm trying to do a presentation. Can you stop shouting? Children, can you stop shouting in the back? I'm trying to do a presentation. Okay, we'll do Old World straight after, I promise. 20 minutes. 20 minutes tops. Okay, in and out, 20 minutes. Okay. This supplement comes with 3 detachments, okay? It comes with the Inner Circle Task Force, the Unforgiven Task Force, and the Company of Hunters. The Deathwing, the Greenwing, and the Ravenwing, okay? You want me to talk about Orcs? Right, type 1 in chat if you want me to talk about Orcs. Type 2 if you want me to talk about Dark Angels. Come on. Come on. 1 in chat for Orcs, 2 for Dark Angels. And if anyone says 3, I'm banning you. Oh, they haven't actually posted anything. Do I have to go to Facebook? You all want me to talk about Orcs? Okay. Twitter? So anyone got a link? Ah, there's a video. Okay. What's it? Right, we'll talk about Orcs for like 3 seconds then, okay? Old World Almanac, the Orc and Goblin tribes. New models? No. Oh my god, I won't go full screen. Go full screen. Old Hag's back. New character. That's a new shaman. Never seen that before. They're old, as you can tell. They're old, as you can tell. He's old, as you can tell. He's old. So all the kits have just replaced Age of Sigmar are now going back into circulation for Old World. That's funny. That's new. That's cool. That's a pretty cool box. If that's a box set army, that's a pretty cool box. I told you Orcs would get announced. They need destruction. Orcs and Goblins Tribes Battalion and Orc Boar Boys Mob. And the Orcs and Goblin Tribes Arcane Journal. Okay, that's an interesting... I'm surprised they're not going for like another full art box. I'm surprised they're not going for like another full art box. That's quite surprising. This is a battalion. So this is going to be probably a stay on the shelf type product. That's quite surprising. He says as if there's no box. I do not have this box. Honest, swear to God. Swear on my mum's life I don't have this box. I did not know it was Orcs that were coming out. It's the Orcs and Goblin tribes with the fastest on the trigger, and we can now reveal every single troop, war monster, war machine to enter the range. Buckle up. The Orc and Goblin tribes are launching with a massive battalion alongside an Arcane Journal. The former contains 73 plastic miniatures, so basically the same size as the Bretonnian one. 2 Orc board chariots, 31 boys, 40 goblins. Oh, no character in there. There's no character in the box. Interesting. I don't have this box, and if I did, I wouldn't say I don't. I'd be like, I don't have it. I don't have it. No. Each of these classic kits has options aplenty. There are lots of different heads and shield patterns, while the Orcs can have hand weapons or spears to go with their shield, and the Goblins can be armed with short bows or spears. So no characters in there, and no rulebook either, which is quite surprising. It's important to note that also Goblin Tribes Battalion just contains miniatures. There are no rulebooks, dice, reference sheets, or other accessories found in the previous boxes. You'll find the roster for your budding war in the Ravening Hordes book. Arcane Journal expand on the army list with lore maps, iconography, as well as 2 new special characters, 2 Armies Infinite, the Nomadic War, the Troll Horde. So you can take the Troll Hag. So the Troll Hag's coming back because she recently got taken off Forge World. He has it, guys. I don't. There you go. 2 new models. They're really nice. They're really, really nice. 2 fabulous new models for the Orcs and Goblin tribes. A fearsome Black Orc Warboss brandishing a great weapon. And the deeply weird Orc Shaman, Ogdruz Swamp Digger. I think that would fit perfectly in Cruel Boys, to be honest. An in-name character found in the Arcane Journal. Both are casting Forge World resin, which means I won't be getting review copies. Rubbish. And then returning plastic. For the most recent era of Warhammer Fantasy Battle, these are all exactly as you remember, but in the main, They'll be sold in larger numbers per box than they were before. Oh. What is this, snake? What's going on? Can everyone... Is it just me? Oh, you guys can't see that. That's weird. And we've got like a trailing arrow. Okay, so these are the returning kits. You got obviously the Orc Boys coming in, what, is that 6? 6, 12, 18, 25, boxes of 30? And then whatever the fuck these are. Boar Boys, these are a really, really good unit, these. These are going to be very popular, the Boar Boys. We've got the Chariots. God, those boars are so dead. These are even older than these ones, and these look rubbish. I got the Black Orcs, which are previously known as Ard Boys, but now the Ard Boys are now new in AOS, and now they've got the old Ard Boys. These are the Orc Bosses and Orc Boys mob, the Orc Boys and Arrow Boys, the Orc the Orc Boar Boys mob, and the Boar Boys Chariot, and the Black Orc Boys mob, plus the Goblin mob, the Night Goblin mob, the Goblin Wolf Rider mob, who are coming a little later. And then you got several kits returning. So these are old metal characters by the looks of it. That banner is really cool. That's really classic. Black Orcs look solid still. They do, to be fair. It's just the other mitts look funny. The other mitts have always been funny to me. Say that a bit faster. Okay. These are Orc Bosses, the Orc Boys mob, the Orc Boys, the Arrow Boys mob, the Orc Boar Boys mob, the Orc Boar Boys... These are the Orc Bosses, the Orc Boys mob, the Orc Boys and Arrow Boys mob, the Orc Boar Boys mob, the Orc Boar Chariots, and the Black Orc Boys mob, and the Goblin mob, the Night Goblin mob, and the Goblin Wolf Rider mob. I would send it to my friend. I found it on Twitter, but it's probably not public on the website yet. Try refreshing your cookies if you can't see it. The Orc and Goblin command sets are coming back with the Bone Grinder Giant and the Troll Hag. This fucking dragon. Oh my god, that brings back memories. I always used to see that guy on the shelf. That's crazy. And then the Troll Hag. Again, they just got rid of their Age Sigmar. And then returning metals, you got the Trebuchet. And then I like that they're doing this, but also a real green tide is returning metal. However, the Goblin Shamans, Bosses, Nasty Skulkers, and Rock Lobber above will be joined, followed by other miniature packs. Goblin Bosses, Goblin Wolf Rider Bosses, Goblin Bolt Thrower, Goblin Doom Diver Chabliot, Goblin Wolf Chariot, Orc Shaman Shamans, Orc Shaman, Orc Shamans, Orc Biggins, Orc Biggins. And then made to order as well. On top of all that, be the hand-curated selection of made-to-order orcs and trolls for the true connoisseurs, including none other than the fabled Marauder Giant, who, like all other in this tranche, is returning in metal. Alongside him is the Orc Shaman and War Wyvern from 1993, 2 sets of classic stone trolls, the classic river trolls, the Black Orc Boss with big axe and shield. What I found quite interesting, chat, is made to order is like crazy popular. Crazy popular. I heard something the other day that the old Kassakin, the old metal Kassakin, these guys, let me show you a picture. These ones, you remember these that came back on made to order for a little bit? When they originally came out, they sold around £100,000 worth of models, okay? When they came out, they were out for like 10 years, right? So they sold £100,000 worth, which is pretty good. £100,000 worth of metal is quite a lot of profit, all right? However, when it came on to made to order via the made to order system, where it's like order it for a week, we'll get it to you within 180 days, they sold over 250,000 just from made to order, which means more people bought this out of nostalgia than originally bought it originally when they first came out, which is actually crazy. Actually crazy money. Okay, they sold nearly 3 times the amount to people for nostalgia than they originally sold when they first came out. Much larger player base, yeah, but like made to order is nostalgia bait. Okay, it's crazy. So them doing this made to order is probably for that reason. They probably sold like 4 of these when they came out. They're about to sell 500,000. Okay. They probably also sold it twice as expensive. Now, I think that was adjusted for inflation as well, like comparatively. But still, just like, it is crazy money. Even with inflation, I don't think it'd be more than double. So anyway, as we were, it's a real treat coming up with the made to order plan for one with the old world. Yeah, of course, because it's a real treat because we make $250,000 instead of 100,000. We've been poring over old catalogs, digging out product codes, and poking around dusty old rooms, finding master casting screens and such like that have long been buried. Many of these products have been archived in a manner that suited products that would never resurface on our website again. Metal products are absolutely something that we still make, but they're limited in number compared to the early 2000s. It's no start proper white. So yeah, so there you go. Orcs are the first army to be coming back after the first two. So you're now going to be able to see more battle reports than just Tomb Kings versus Bretonia. Where did you find this info? It's on Warhammer Community. I literally opened Twitter for like 1 second. I opened Twitter, right? I saw Rob in the queue, and then I saw the announcement. Okay, that's how far I dug for it, chat. That's how much effort I put in this morning. Rob in the queue. Wow, let's see if you see me, say hi. And then there was the announcement. I saw it before people getting in the queue. Link it. I'll leave someone becomes a member. There you go. No one is getting made to orders for the sake of cost-effective efficiency. No, they're not. So there you go. There's the new Orcs for Old World. That is pretty exciting, to be fair. That is pretty exciting. It's pretty cool to see. That box set looks nice, even if it is old models. The new models are very cool. The new models are very cool, I think. As they've still not they've not actually posted it on the website, or you've all got cookies installed. All cookies got installed, so it's all loaded and not loaded the new one. But they did post it on Twitter, so anyway. Shall we go back talking about Dark Angels? Is if I'm ready, my 20 minutes. I was in the middle of a presentation, chat. It's got transitions and everything. Chat, it's got transitions. I ate my cookies. Nice one, bud. All right, let's go back to it. Let me start my music again. Where was I? This is 3 detachments. Okay, is everyone ready for Dark Angels? Do I need to? Does anyone else waiting in the back? Everyone listening? Everyone listening at home? I think so. I think everyone's listening. Everyone's just looking at Old World now, aren't they? They don't care. No one cares anymore. They're just talking about orcs. Right. Okay. It's a supplement of the original Codex. That's where we were. I need to start again. Okay. It's a supplement of the Codex. So you are going to need the Codex Space Marines to go with this Dark Angel supplement. However, they are basically detachments where you can't use other chapters. So you don't actually have to run Deathwing models and Deathwing characters in the Deathwing detachment. It's just a Space Marine detachment that you can't run as another chapter. It can only be Dark Angels or no chapter, essentially. So you can't use these as Blood Angels, obviously. But if you play vanilla Space Marines, you can run these with a vanilla army. There's no stipulation of like who actually can take the detachments. It is just you can't be anything but Dark Angels or no faction. And if you don't have Deathwing or Ravenwing units, a lot of units in the Codex will gain those keywords. For example, mounted and vehicles that can fly are all counted as Ravenwing models. And then Deathwing are Terminators, Blade Guard, Stern Guard, Vanguard, Land Raiders, Repulsors, and Dreadnought units. So all of those gain the Deathwing or Ravenwing keyword. So, like, again, you can basically run a vanilla army. Let's say you got a brick of 10 Terminators because you got Leviathan twice. You can run those as a Dark Angels army. They'll count as Deathwing anyway. Okay? Which, will this slideshow be shared? No, there'll be no notes after this. You'll have to take your own notes for this one. Okay? So that's something to be aware of. If you're playing Dark Angels, great. You've got 2 new detachments. and you've got the ones for the Space Marine Codex. And if you've only got the Space Marine Codex, you're kind of interested in Dark Angels, you can run these pretty vanilla, okay? First of all, though, we have to take out the trash, okay? The first detachment, the Company of Hunters. Chat, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to rub any butter on there. It is pretty bad. It is pretty rubbish, okay? So before we move any further, I'm just going to put the Company of Hunters into the bin, okay? What's that? What's that say? Sorry? It says subscribe to Hellstormwargaming. What a great idea. What a great idea, Trash Can. I agree. Everyone should subscribe to Hellstormwargaming. And if you're not subscribed, you should become a member. Okay? Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening to my presentation. As we were. Okay. So, let's talk about Company of Hunters. So, Company of Hunters is the Ravenwing-based detachment. So, again, anything that has a Ravenwing keyword is going to benefit from this detachment. But it does affect the entire army. But mostly, all the detachments and all of the upgrades are Ravenwing. Now, there is a bit of an issue with this, okay? There is a little bit of an issue. As I've said, I've listed the enhancements in front of you. I'm pretty sure the only model that can actually take these is a Primaris Chaplain on bike. Because as far as I'm aware, chat, please correct me, there are no characters that have or gain the Ravenwing keyword that aren't named bar the Primaris Chaplain on bike. And I'm pretty sure that's correct. Okay, I'm just gonna have one scroll through just in case, because there are no new Ravenwing characters in this book. Chaplain on bike will gain the Deathwing keyword, and Samael is a named character. Okay, the champion in the Ravenwing command squad. That is a good point, actually. The champion in the Ravenwing command squad might be able to take it because he is a Ravenwing model that's a character. That's true. Okay. That's very true. Good job. So the Ravenwing champion and the Primaris Chaplain on bike can take it. There is no captain on bike, and Carl, I said what I said. Okay, there are only 2 models that can take this. So master maneuver is going to give you advance and shoot, advance and fall back, slap or shoot. Master's maneuver is going to give the entire army advance or fall back and still shoot, which is pretty decent. But Ravenwing is mostly a combat army. Mostly a combat army, which is quite funny. So the units you probably want to get into combat gain advance and shoot, which it's fine. For some units, it's pretty decent. Obviously, like on a Land Raider, being able to advance and still shoot the las cannons before your stuff gets out is pretty good. Being able to advance a repulsor is fun. Being able to advance infantry units with like heavy weapons, like a Devastator squad, you can advance and shoot, which is nice. But it's a combat-based faction. Ravenwing is known for their Black Knights, which have bolters, okay? They don't care about advancing and shooting. What they do want is advance and charge, which is 30 points on a character, which is a Ravenwing command squad or a Primaris Chaplain, okay? So and it's 30 points amount of strategy, so it does get quite expensive, okay? What about all the speeders? Yeah, they can advance and shoot as well. They're not really like the backbone of a Ravenwing army. The backbone is the Black Knights. You forgot the Ravenwing Talon Master? No, I didn't. You will see. You will see. Black Knights have Plasma Talons. Yeah, that's true. They do have Plasma Talons, but they also have picks that they want to charge with. They're a hit and run army. They're not really like a skirt around the board and shoot. They're like a hit and run. Black Knights have loads of plasma. Yeah, that's true. Okay. Black Knights have plasma. Very true. But they also want to charge and fall back. Actually, Backbone is Outriders with bolters. That's also true because Outriders gain the battle line keyword, which literally does nothing because they're still a terrible unit. They're still a terrible unit. Okay. So you get free Stract reserves for Master Maneuver for 15 points. It basically means you can put the bearer in his unit in reserve, strategic reserve for free, and come on a turn earlier. But technically, We know how this should work. Chat, it technically doesn't work. Okay, that technically doesn't mean you can come in turn 1, because the only rules for arriving from strategic reserve says from turn 2 onwards. There are no rules to say if you arrive from turn 1. So when you say you come on a turn early and you say I'm going to count turn 2 as turn 1, you don't have anywhere to place because it doesn't say where you can go turn 1. It says from turn 2 you can go around the board edge. Turn 3 you go in your opponent's deployment zone. But turn 1 you can't arrive because the mission rules prevent it. So, which is quite funny. Now, I think the intention is obviously to arrive turn 1 from strategic reserve, but it's quite funny that they've wrote this rule 5 times now and still haven't wrote it in a way that actually physically works. Okay. You get precision with mastercrafted weapon, which is also fine. Melee weapons for only the bearer. And Recon Hunter gain Scout. The Scout one is pretty good, to be fair. Again, attach that to a big unit of Black Knights. They're moving quite fast. Okay, but Michael, I can take 54 bikes. Yes, and you'll lose them all in 2 turns. Next up, we have the detachments. The stratagem, sorry. So every detachment has Armor of Contempt, obviously. They all have Armor of Contempt. That is just standard these days. You have Hunter's Trail, which is 1 CP. This is during the command phase for a Ravenwing mounted, so just the bikes, basically. You give a sticky objective so you can move off it, which is quite nice because Ravenwing are going to be bricks of bikes if you are going to be playing them. So you're not going to have many units to hang around the back. So being able to give sticky out is nice, but you're also going to have nothing to deny deep strike to take that straight back off you. So swings and roundabouts. Okay. I've talked about Orc, Kyle. You got Talon Strike for a bike to gain +1 to wound. So let's just double check. Ravenwing mounted unit only that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase. You get +1 to wound against infantry character or mounted character, which is a little limiting. In a mirror match, it's great because you'll get +1 to wound against their horrible Death Star. but outside of that, it is pretty limited because you're gonna get against infantry characters, against a brick of something with an infantry character in there is pretty nice. But obviously, usually big characters as things like Primarchs, which are usually monsters, and Knights, etc. They're the things that you're probably going to struggle to kill, and you don't get +1 to wound against them. It'd be nice if it was just character. I'm not really sure why they made it infantry or mounted. It'd be nice if it was just character as a whole. That would be pretty good, I think. That'd be a good strategy. Death on the Wing is dog shit. I don't know why this is a stratagem. Your shooting phase, you choose 1 Ravenwing unit from your army that has just shot. Select 1 enemy unit that was hit by 1 or more of those attacks. It must take a battle shock test. When doing so, if it's within 6 inches of another Ravenwing unit, you -1 from the test. It is poo. It is so poo. I don't know why that's a strat. He's so bad. Okay, I'm battle shocked. Right, start the command phase. Right, I'm no longer battle shocked. Oh, actually, it was only -1 because... Oh, actually, there's no minus. You're not even within 6. Okay, just take a battle shot. Right, I passed. Great. Okay. What? That was... It's rubbish. Could turn off Overwatch? Yes, it could. Or they could have just said, choose a unit it can't Overwatch. That'd have been great. You know? The fact that it's like you'd have to take a battle shot, you only minus if you're within 6 of a Ravenwing unit is pretty rubbish. Okay, it is pretty rubbish, I think. You got high speed focus, -1 to hit when targeted. It's fine. It is just fine. It's just what do they call it? The Eldar one, not Phantasm. Lightning fast reactions. It depends if they change battle shot with the data slate. Yeah, but we can't go on information that may or may not happen, which, as far as I'm aware, probably won't happen. But yeah, it's not a great strat. Nids do it to multiple units though, right? Nids can do it to like everybody within 12. This is a single unit that was targeted and shooting. So double smoke launchers. The smoke screen is a strat, so I don't think you can double smoke launch. It is just essentially a chip in for a Ravenwing unit to get smoke launchers. Stormlance has a better strat for the same cost, but it's -1 to hit and -1 to wound. Exactly. Why would you just not use that? And then finally, rapid reappraisal. Any opponent's fight phase, one Ravenwing unit that is not within engagement range can go into strategic reserve. It's fine. It's not bad. you're not your bikes, so you're going to be having to come on the board edge all the time, which is nice, but it's a bit like you want to be in the middle of the board a lot of the time. You know, a lot of the game you want to be in the middle of the board, so going into strat reserve without deep strike is a bit rubbish, and especially if it's going to be on big units of Ravenwing. So overall, Company of Hunters, the Ravenwing detachment, I'm not too excited about, to be honest. I'm not very excited. It's the stratagems aren't great. They're all fine. Like the Talon Strike's okay. The Rapid Reappraisal does have play. It's just very hard, I think, because you're gonna have to plan a turn ahead, because you're gonna have to come off the board and then move and do something. With Hunter's Trail, not Hunter's Trail, it's the, what's it called? The Mounted Master of Maneuver to go back into reserve and then come on a turn later. He's okay. It's just not crazy, okay? It's not crazy. I'm not super excited about it. Chat, what do we think? I need a poll. We're going to have to do a poll. Ravenwing, yes or no? Ravenwing, good. You have to answer now. It's not great. Why high-speed focus when AOC exists? You could technically use both at the same time. You could technically use both. I wouldn't. That's a lot of command points. Where's sad option? The sad option is no. So I'm not mega excited. I'll be honest. It doesn't say great, which is annoying because I recently bought a Ravenwing army. I've got 24 Black Knights. I'm ready to go. I've got Outriders. I'm ready to go. I got nothing. Stormlance is better. Stormlance is better. And Stormlance is just better, I think. So 81% of you say it's no, it's not good. And I agree. Great job, everyone. This is a good presentation. You are listening at home. Okay. Black Knights do have plasma. All right, Mark, they have plasma, but they also have picks that they want to charge you with and then fly out. Where's my, oh, after you've killed a unit, if you're not in engagement range, you can do a free move. All right. Where's my, you get plus 1 to wound in combat. There isn't anything. There's only 2 units that can actually take the fucking enhancements. And you're just going to be like 3 Primaris Chaplains. Can the Ravenwing Command Squad even, does it even have leader? It does have leader. It can attach to Outrider. Okay, you can attach to Command Squad 2 units. That's fine. It's not bad. I think an interesting list would be Outriders with Ravenwing Command Squad attached and Black Knights with Chaplains attached, but in Stormlance you can advance and charge across the board. Yeah, give the entire army advance and charge for 1 turn, please, for the love of God. Okay. Just shoot the plasma. Sure, Mark. Have you heard Black Knights have plasma? Listen. Fucking hell. Yeah, okay. I've seen the combo, so you can actually the Black Knight Command Squad, which I actually didn't notice until just now, is no longer a unit. I knew it wasn't a unit, but it's essentially a company of heroes. So you attach it to Black Knights or Outriders, which isn't actually that bad, but mostly it's terrible. If you want advance and charge, it already exists. Yeah, Gladius, mate. I get advance and shoot for 1 turn. I get to advance and charge for a turn. Okay, the only good stratagem really is this one. If you manage to hit a unit, but then you have to come on a board edge. You have to come on the board edge. Where's my free move? Where's my free 24-inch move after fighting? Right? Anyway, it's pretty poor. So let's move on to the middle. We've got the Unforgiven Task Force, which is the same detachment that Games Workshop gave you when the book came out, when the index came out. However, there are some very crucial changes you need to be aware of. Okay? Very, very crucial things that have changed. You can shoot the plasma in the battle shot, Mark. Mark, mate, don't do it. Unforgiven nerf is sad. Is there a nerf? Oh, yeah, there is. There is one crucial change. The Heavenfall Blade is now called Weapons of the First Legion. That is the most important change that Games Workshop want you to notice, okay? The Heavenfall Blade is now called Weapons of the First Legion. But also, Unbreakable Lines is now 2 CP and -1 to wound. Unbreakable Lines is actually a decent stratagem, but it is very expensive. And it's only if you get charged. Right, Unbreakable Lines before. Let me just double check it. Unbreakable Lines was 1 CP. And then you used to be able to subtract 1 from the damage. Now it is, when you're charged, you -1 from the wound. And it's 2 CP. This feels very harsh. I don't know why this is 2 CP. This is a very situational because it's only when you're charged. It's not if you charge. It's not when you're shot. It's not anything. It's only if you are charged you can use this. That is so very limited. And then it's 2 CP. I don't know why. I don't know why it's 2 CP. It should be 1. The thing is with it, it's a good ability, but it's just very limited when you can use it. At least it's a battle tactic. It is a battle tactic, to be fair. You know? It is a battle tactic, to be fair. So you can use it for free command points. You can use it with, like, Rites of Battle, etc. They probably nerfed it because of the Black Knight Plasma. True. Down the -1 damage maybe survive because stage charge. Yeah, probably. -1's wound's good, don't get me wrong. I'd prefer damage, but it's the fact that it's 2 CP and it's very situational. It feels like they ignored this bit when they said, yeah, let's make it 2 CP. You know? If it was just when you are targeted, there'd be a really good stratagem for 2 CP. But it's only if you're charged. Again, nothing in shooting, nothing if you charge, nothing in an ongoing combat. Only if you're charged. It is bad. It means the Black Knights will never be victims of this strat as they will advance. Shut up. Shut up. Black Knights are crap. They're advancing. They need advancing charge. God damn it. Anyway, that's about it. That is about it, chat. Okay? So let's talk about the juice. The real juice, chat. This is what you come to me for. The juice. Now, I do want to clarify. It's not great. It's not great. However, of the supplement, of the 3, this is the juice. Okay? This is the real juice. Carl, I'll take questions at the end. Thanks. No, don't worry. Honestly, I'll go through I'll go for any questions at the end. That was a joke, but the real juice is the Inner Circle Task Force. This is the Deathwing detachment, and the important bit you need to remember is this. Okay, is this. This is what you need to remember, regardless of any mission rules, as you can see. Deathwing model with the deep strike ability only. The bearer's unit can be set up using the deep strike ability in the reinforcement step of your first, second, or third phase, regardless of any mission rules. Games Workshop, this is how you write your strategic reserve thing. Write this. Write this at the end. Nothing great. Nothing's great compared to the absolute whirlwind rapid plasma destruction force. Jesus Christ. So, basically, you can deep strike turn 1 with a Deathwing unit, okay? Deathwing unit, all of these enhancements can only be taken by Deathwing. And the... we got an exception to the exception now, I hate it. All of the enhancements can only be attached to Deathwing, which means they can only be on a Terminator, and then you can deep strike Terminators turn 1, okay? This is actually pretty good. For the Dark Angel supplement, pretty decent. But it is the only enhancement that's good. So, they get Vowed Target, which is actually quite a cool ability. However, they're going to have the same problem as AdMech, okay? We obviously saw Tom use... It's essentially very similar to the acquisition marker that AdMech use. At the start of your command phase, you select an objective marker. Until your next command phase, Deathwing Infantry... add 1 to wound on that objective. Okay, so they're obviously like a combat army. You choose an objective. I hate you on that objective. I get +1 to wound. That is decent, just very limiting. Okay, You're going to absolutely murder everything on a single objective. There's 5 or 6 objectives each game. So that's a little bit of an issue. Outside of that, Deathwing gives you nothing. Okay, that is the only ability it gives you. But you do have enhancements. As I say, you got Champion of the Deathwing. The bearer gains lethal hits, and if you attack on the Vow objective, or the Vow ob, we're going to call it, the Vow ob. If you attack on the Vow ob, it goes off on 5s, which is quite nice. You got Eye of the Unseen, regain CP on a 5+ if you target the bearer with the stratagem, and if you're on the Vow objective, it's on a 4+, which is pretty nice. So being able to get CP back on a 4+ on a Terminator Captain is pretty good, especially if they're going to be using Rites of Battle, because it says each time you target the bearer's unit, you can gain a CP. So you can actually use stratagems for free with Rites of Battle, and then on a 4+ if you're on that objective, gain a command point back, which is actually okay. I think that's pretty alright, to be honest. And it's only 10 points. So even if you're actually having to spend command points for 10 points to get one back each battle round, I think that's actually really good, especially because it's naturally on a 5+. So it's the same. It's essentially the same as any other CP regen enhancement, but you do have that option of getting it back on a 4+, and obviously being on a captain of some type is nice. I think that's actually pretty decent. But you don't actually obviously have to put it on a captain, just any Terminator character. So you can put on a chaplain and stuff like that, which is pretty good. But there are other things you'd rather put on a chaplain, such as the Singular Will for Pilot Consolidate 6. Really good, especially because you're Terminators. You're going to be wanting to be really aggressive. You're going to be wanting to sit on your objective, the Vow ob. That's good. That's where your brick's going to want to be. It's going to be want to be in combat to stop your opponent shooting. It's going to be wanting to wrap. So being able to pilot and consolidate 6 is actually really, really good. Okay. Combat use upgrade crits on 5 with lethal hits on Ancient with Lion's Guard using sustained hits 2. Upgrade crits on 5+. With lethal hits on Ancient. With Lion's Guard using... What's Lion's Guard? In about the Inner Circle Companions. I don't understand this. I don't know what you're referring to. I'm sure if you break it down a little bit more, that'd be better. So yeah, so being able to pile in Consolidate 6, obviously being able to pile onto Objective 6, which is really nice. Being able to pile into Combat 6 is really nice. So a big brick of Terminators with this in is actually going to be really good. But really what you're going to be wanting to take is Deathwing Assault. Okay, Deathwing Assault, being able to deep strike turn 1 for 30 points is really good. Okay, especially if you've got Teleport Homers, because every Terminator unit has a Teleport Homer. I think the Knights do. Let me just double check. Maybe the Knights don't. Was that a little bit more specialized? So the Deathwing Knights also have a Teleport Homer. The Deathwing Assault is going to let you rapid ingress turn 1 as well for free with a Teleport Homer, or you can spend 1 CP and do it. But just be aware that against a Deathwing army, they can deep strike turn 1, but they can also rapid ingress turn 1 because they ignore the mission rules. Okay. Now let me just double check rapid ingress to say it doesn't say from turn 2 only, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't, but I do want to double check to make sure my information is correct. So it only says you cannot use this stratagem to enable you to arrive on the battlefield during a battle round. It would not normally be able to do so, because it's normally able to arrive turn 1 because it ignores mission rules. As again, that's the most important bit. You can rapid ingress turn 1 near a Teleport Homer without spending any command points, and then turn 1 move and charge, which is actually going to be quite nice, especially in a lot of battlefields that we play on these days, especially in tournaments. So Deathwing Assault is a very, very good enhancement. It is like, or if you play Deathwing, you need that. You are playing at 1970 because you only have Deathwing Assault as soon as you do that. Okay. So that is pretty good. All of these enhancements are pretty good. The only issue really is to be able to get multiple in the same unit, which just basically isn't going to happen. So you're probably going to want a chaplain with an extra pilot, which is nice. And then you're probably going to want Deathwing Assault, maybe on a captain or something, or even on a chaplain as well, on a brick of Terminators probably. Okay. The stratagems are all pretty good as well, I would say. Like, there's probably one that's like I'm not too bothered about, and that's probably Wrath of the Lion. It's okay, it's not bad. But you have Armor of Contempt, obviously. You have Martial Mastery. So Martial Mastery is one Deathwing infantry unit that has not been selected to fight this phase and during the fight phase. You can re-roll a wound roll of 1, and if you're on the Vow objective, you can re-roll wounds instead. So you're rerolling wounds of 1, which is pretty good. Gives you lieutenant ability naturally. If you're on the Vow objective, you're getting reroll wounds, and you're also getting +1 to wound because of the Vow target ability. So not only does it give you an additional full reroll wounds, you're also getting +1 to wound as well. But as I said, decent, but I'd make problems. The great thing is on the Vow objective, you're going to murder what's on there, but it's only one objective. Now, Deathwing don't have a bricks of units that don't die very easily, so they're probably going to play this a lot better. But full rerolls with +1 to wound on that objective, 1 CP, is very, very good. What? Right, okay. Double Terminator Chaplain. Yeah, double Terminator Chaplain is pretty good, to be fair. Like two units, but it's going to be very expensive. We'll get into that into a minute. So duty unto death is basically fight on death. On a 4+, unless you're on the Vow objective, then you add 1. So also very good. Whilst you're on that objective, you're fucking horrible. But fight on death on a 4+ is good for 1 CP, especially on a Brick of Terminators, as I said. With Deathwing Knights, for example, being able to, like, those die and then fight on death, which is quite nice. Now, they have been nerfed, obviously, but just a very good stratagem for 1 CP, and even better if you are on the Vow objective on a 3+. I'm surprised it's not 5+ and 4+. 4+ and 3+ is pretty good, I think. Is pretty good. Again, fight on death 4+ is good anyway, but again, it's just the fact that you can get it even better is really nice. But again, you can't look at every stratagem as if you're on the Vow objective, because not every unit is going to be on that objective at once. Okay, but you are going to take it to usually where you want to send the battle. So wherever you send the battle, usually your opponent's going to have to counter what you're doing. So sometimes you might be like, okay, the Vow objective is in the middle of the board, we're having a big scrum. Or the Vow objective is your deployment zone, I'm coming after you. Or you're attacking me, the Vow objective is back at home, where I'm going to protect myself. It has that like flexibility, but obviously it's only one per battle round. So that's like something you have to be aware of. You got Relic Teleportarium, Deep Strike 3 away. Again, you can do this turn 1 with that Deathwing Assault, which is quite fun. It's just the same as Grey Knights. You can't charge, but you can shoot. Obviously, Terminators, you're going to have Storm Bolters, you're going to have like Plasma Cannons, you're going to have Assault Cannons, etc. It's okay. It's not bad. It's just really good for playing the mission, especially because you don't have a lot of units. So being able to Deep Strike 3 away if you need like engage, or you need to spy on objectives such as capture enemy outposts have left a gap for you. Here's 5 Terminators, 3 away. I'm not charging you, but I do have this objective now. Enjoy, type deal. So it's okay. It's a pretty good strat. Wrath of the Lion is one I'm not super excited about. It's not terrible. It's not great. It's on the charge. Select one enemy unit their Deathwing infantry unit has charged, and roll a d6 for each model in your unit, adding 1 to the result, which is nice because it's each model in the unit. So if you make contact with one model from your unit and you've got a unit of 10, you roll 10 dice. Okay. It's not each unit that makes combat or is in each model that's engagement. It's every model in your unit. So it's like they're all like buddying behind him, like playing rugby. Like there's one guy at the front, 9 of us behind him, we roll 10 dice. On a 4+, you do a mortal wound. 3+ if you're on the Vow objective, maximum 3. The fact that it's maximum 3 is a bit limiting, but again, the fact that it is the unit rolling, not each model that gets in engagement, because a lot of things, I think the Assault Squad, the old Assault Squad, the old Jump Pack guys were the same on a 4+ or a 5+, you do a mortal wound, rolling for the number of the unit. And then the new Jump Marines changed it to each model that makes engagement. This is just the entire unit that rolls, which is quite nice. And then Unmatched Fortitude. It's a battle tactic, so it's very good. -1 to wound if the strength is over toughness. It's the same as the Wardens, for example, in the Custodes. If your toughness 5, if anything strength 6 or higher, you can trigger -1 to wound. And it's a battle tactic, so you can use it for free using Rites of Battle on your Terminator Captain. So overall, 5 really good stratagems. 1 that's probably okay. Wrath of the Lion, it's not bad if you want to get something out of the way, for example. But 5 pretty good stratagems. Relic Teleportarium is very situational. Wrath of the Lion is okay, it's fine. All of the other ones are actually really good, okay? But again, you want to be on this Vow objective, which has its problems, okay? So if you wanted the juice, you wanted to know which detachment is best, I think it's the Deathwing one. But let me ask chat. Chat, best detachment. Best detachment. Ravenwing, Green Wing, D Wing. Answer now. Okay, that is my third. That is halfway through the presentation. We have a small recess. Small recess, everyone. And the recess is going to last for around 10 seconds. If you get plus on to wound, doesn't make the Terminator Chaplain redundant. That's also true. If you naturally... You only get plus on to wound on the vow objective, though. So it'll mean that you can choose a vow objective for plus 1 to wound on that objective, and then have Terminator Chaplains elsewhere who also give out plus 1 to wound. If someone 74% said Deathwing, who's sitting there saying Ravenwing's the best detachment? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Gladius. Gladius is still a pretty good detachment, to be fair. 20% saying Ravenwing. What's wrong with you? You are literally brain rot. You are literally brain rot. Are they really that nerfed? No, I think the detachment's good. Of the three, the Deathwing one is good. The issue is when we talk about Deathwing Knights. We can see what you can't. Oh yeah, the plasma. Of course, the plasma. Right, okay. Well done, everyone. Well done. Fucking morons in chat. Right, okay. Let's carry on. Let's talk about the next bit. The hard part, chat. The hard part. The Ravenwing Talon Master. Okay? The Ravenwing Talon Master. The Deathwing Strike Master. And the Deathwing Command Squad are not in this codex. They are legends. Let's get an F in chat. Let's get an F in chat. Okay. Now, Games Workshop done something interesting. Let me find the box. I've got it. Because the Command Squad used to build, I think he built Deathwing Knights, the Command Squad, and then they made a Strike Master, they made a Deathwing Ancient and stuff like that. Right? That sounds right? Now, I'm just looking for something. One sec. But it also built Deathwing Terminators, okay? It also built Deathwing Terminators. Now, this kit is still available as at the time of last time I checked, and basically I checked last night. It is still available. However, they are old Terminators. And by that I mean they're very small, okay? The problem with Deathwing now, which is a nerf, really, is a nerf, is that Deathwing don't have a kit, okay? Previously, this was Deathwing Command Squad, Deathwing Knights, Deathwing Terminators, all in one kit. You built which one you wanted, okay? And what it meant is you got cool halberds, you got the Strike Master, you got the Ancient, etc. You don't have that anymore, okay? This is the Terminator kit, the multi-part Terminator kit that is in the Deathwing box. Okay, this one here, as you can see. So it's got the Assault Cannon, it's got the Heavy Flamer, etc. And what they've done is they've put two of this, okay, with the Deathwing Knights and Belial, and 2 of this. This is the new Dark Angel upgrade sprue. Okay, it's very cool. It's got a bunch of heads. It's got a load of shoulder pads, okay? It's got a Terminator Plasma Cannon. It's got a Terminator Power Sword that looks a bit more Deathwingy. It's got one single Ravenwing wing for the back of an Outrider. What you need to be aware of is this is a Deathwing Terminator kit, okay? And it's going to become very apparent when we talk about the unit changes. You no longer have a Deathwing kit. You have a Terminator kit with a Deathwing upgrade. And what does that Deathwing upgrade give you? A plasma cannon. It gives you a plasma cannon. So, if we go back to the presentation, we start talking about changes. The biggest one, obviously there's some there mentioned, but the biggest one is that the Deathwing Terminators can't take Thunderhammers or Lightning Claws. Okay? And neither can the Deathwing Knights. So if you have Thunderhammer Lightning Claw Terminators for your Deathwing army, I'm afraid to say they are now Assault Terminators or nothing. And if they get legends, you have fucked it. So essentially the Deathwing Terminator unit now is just a Terminator unit that can take a plasma cannon. I don't see any other changes from this. They're also the exact same points. The only benefit to this is if you wanted to take 6 units of Terminators, you can take 3 units of Terminators that gain the Deathwing keyword, and 3 units of Deathwing Terminators, which are basically the same, but they can take plasma cannons. Okay? Which are the other thing is they can take a Watcher in the Dark or a wit. That's what I'm going to call it now. So they can take the wood, but you can't take anything else. So just like CSO, getting claws in the bin. Yeah, so Deathwing used to have a lot of options. Used to take Thunderhammer, Storm Shields, etc. Used to take the big halberd, but they can't take any of that. Okay, they don't get anything of that. They are a Terminator squad that are by name Deathwing rather than by keyword. The only difference is they can now take a plasma cannon, which is just a plasma cannon. It's nothing special, and they've got a fancier power sword, which is by rules nothing. It is just a power weapon. Do you think they simplified it too much? I think they wanted to make a new Deathwing kit, but couldn't be bothered. I'm so surprised they didn't make Deathwing melee profile like Vanguard. The thing is they used to have that. If you look at the current index, of Deathwing. One sec. So Deathwing Terminator squad. The Sergeant can take power weapons. They can take any number of Deathwing can take Twin Lightning Claws or Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. They can take Chain Fist. They can take Cyclone Missile Launchers and stuff. They basically just got rid of the melee option. So now if you do have Thunderhammer Storm Shield Terminators, if they don't have Maces, if they have Maces, they're Deathwing Knights. And if they are Thunderhammer Storm Shield and Twin Lightning Claws, they're now Assault Terminators. If not, you can't use them. So... do we need 2 Dark Angel Terminator kits? The Knights should be enough. The Knights build 5 models. What do you mean? The Knights build only Knights. Oh, but I mean they condense all the melee weapons into one profile like LE weapons. Yeah, so the thing is with it, Merc, is they are not repurposing an old kit. The Deathwing Terminator squad will be removed from the store. This is the new Deathwing Terminator squad, which is Terminators with an upgrade sprue. So yeah, so it's not that they're going, this is an old kit, now you don't have the option. It's that this is actually the Deathwing Terminator kit. It's Terminators with an upgrade rather than a unique sprue like they had. Okay. So, again, other couple of changes. Azrael can't attach to Company of Heroes, and this is the same for most characters. Company of Heroes are basically excluded from here now. That you can only attach to Inner Circle Companions, which are essentially Dark Angel Company of Heroes, okay? So, Azrael can attach to Inner Circle, but not Company of Heroes. Asmodai, Ezekiel can't. Even though technically he can right now, but then the unit dies because it's not a captain. Lazarus can't attach to Company of Heroes. And that's it. Makes you really worry for Death Company. Yeah, me too, mate. Me too. So that's basically the change from most of the characters. Azrael being the first one is that company heroes basically aren't a thing now unless you're taking a basic captain and attaching him to the Company of Heroes. Dark Angel special characters can't attach to the Company of Heroes. Asmodai obviously has a brand new kit. He gets a Primaris pistol, so he gets AP1, and then he no longer has options for fighting. He has Crozius and Power Weapon, Strike or Sweep. It's not like he has 2 weapons now. So he has 5 attacks, strength 6, -2, 2, and then 8 attacks, strength 5, -2, 1. So he has like a sweep attack with his Crozius and power weapon together. So they're rolled into one rather than having a Crozius as an option and a power weapon as an option. But he does have a bunch of attacks, which is quite nice. So 8 attacks in on 2s, which is nice. His abilities are all the same, so he still gives out the reroll hits in combat. And at the start of fighting phase, enemy characters have to take a battle shock at -1. And every time it kills a character, you gain a CP. All the rules, if I don't mention a unit, the rules are basically the same as they are, or they've been removed. So, cheers, Mercenary. Catch you later, bud. So again, I've already mentioned Deathwing Terminators. They're just Terminators with a plasma cannon. They aren't anything different now anymore. And then Deathwing Knights are now max unit of 5, and their maces are down to 2 damage, which is a real big kick in the dick, you know? I think that's a real kick in the dick. If it was still damage 3, you'd still be very interested. But now the great weapon of the Unforgiven is basically auto take on the Sergeant, which is 5 attack, strength 6, -2/2, with devastating wounds and sustained hits. Because normally you just give him a mace, but now the maces are only damage 2 as well. It's the same profile, strength 6, -1/2 damage. So they've gained teleport homer. I don't think they had that before. And they still have inner circle, which is the -1 damage, which is nice. But they are very, very expensive. It's also 290 points. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually 290 points as well. And then the last one, the Narthisium can't revive the Invader ATV, because obviously the command squad now attaches to Outriders and Ravenwing Black Knights, so you can't revive Invader ATVs with the Apothecary. And it's only 3 models now. This is essentially a real command squad. This attaches to units. Obviously, they have plasma talons. Just want to call that out, guys, just to let you know. They do have plasma talons. But they attach to Black Knights or Outriders, and it's a unit of 3. It's not a separate unit anymore. So it's essentially a character with 2 little add-ons, like you see with most characters these days. You gain an Apothecary, you increase the OC by 1, and you can add 1 to the advance and charge rolls for the champion and target the champion with heroic intervention for free, which is nice. This is true. They do have plasma talent. They do. And guess what? They're all right. So Black Knights have stayed the same. Ravenwing Command Squad now attaches to units rather than being its separate unit, which didn't really make sense, to be honest. And then what's new? We got the Inner Circle Companions. This is the new unit that everyone is pretty hype about. It's a really nice unit. It's a command squad, chat. Okay, it's just a command squad. So if a character can be with the ability can be attached to a Stern Guard veteran squad, it can be attached to this unit instead, which opens it up for basically any character, any Primaris character can pretty much attach to this guy, or these guys. Sorry, they do this. I'm pretty sure the abilities are exactly the same as the Company of Heroes. Let me have a look. I'm like 90% sure they are the same. Company. I keep calling Company of Heroes, but they're just Company Heroes. So they have a banner. So they don't have a banner for +1 OC. While a character in this unit, each attack targets this unit, subtract 1 from the hit roll, and then each time model in this unit makes an attack that targets a character unit, add 1 to the hit roll. So it's not quite the same. They don't get the -1 to wound, which is arguably worse. They have pretty good Calibanite great swords, which are actually pretty good in combat. You can take them in units of 3 or 6, which is nice, but they are kind of expensive. Heroes also have 4 wounds, also true. Also very true. But yeah, only 2 damage. 4 attacks is nice, but only 2 damage, and then gaining sustained hits too is okay. They have lethal, which is nice, but they're not crazy. They're just a nice unit. But the fact is, if you did want Company Heroes, you can only attach non-Dark Angel characters to them, which is quite funny. And they also don't have the these have the Deathwing keyword, which obviously opens up the Deathwing detachment for stratagems targeting them, which is nice. It also means they'll get +1 to wound in that detachment, but Company Heroes won't. Use upgrade crits on 5+ with lethal hits on Ancient. Have him join with Inner Circle Companions use sustained hits ×2. The crits on 5 is only for the bearer. If you talk about Champion of Deathwing, right? Melee weapons equipped by the bearer have the lethal hits ability, and each time the bearer makes a melee attack, if it's within range of a valid objective, a crit hit, it's got an unmodified hit roll of a 5. Yeah, it only affects the bearer, so it's not that great, to be honest. You could attach something cool in here, But yeah, the champion of Deathwing is not the unit, it's just the bearer. So the gaining lethal hits and crits on 5 on the vow objective is only the bearer. So it's not really a good combo, Demon Hammer, I'm afraid. So yeah, so the fact that it has Deathwing keyword is nice for Inner Circle Task Force, but it's not a unit I'm going to write home about. You know, it's not amazing. However, the final slide is, I think there's going to be a balanced data slate. And we all know there's going to be a balanced data slate, probably after LVO. I haven't seen it. I don't know what's going to be in it. I don't know when it's coming. However, there is one due. We always get one every 3 months. There's one due in January. It's likely to be after LVO. And the reason I think there's going to be a balanced data slate is because these points are fucking whacked. These points are whacked, okay? I don't know why Deathwing Knights have gone up 55 points to 290 for 5, but to me that doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right. I think they're probably going to be something a little bit lower, okay? If it's green, it's gone down. If it's red, it's gone up. And then the 2 stratagems, the 2 enhancements that we mentioned earlier. So Asmodee down 5. Deathwing Knights are up 55. It doesn't sound right. I do think there's going to be a balanced data slate. I think they'll probably drop around 250. I think 250 is fairly reasonable for them, especially because the max units are 5. Deathwing Terminators are up 5, so they have less options, and they're up 5, but they're also the exact same points as Terminators. Ezekiel's down 5. Inner Circle are 105 points for 3, which I don't think are great. The Inner Circle Companions. Landspeed of Vengeance down 10. What's it called now? The LON. I wrote it down like that for a reason, because I was typing Landspeed LON. What's the LON? Oh, Lion. The Lion! The Lion's down 15 points, which is fine. Again, he's okay. He's not bad. He's all right. Nephilim's down 10. Black Knights are up 5. Net Plasma Cannon speed and damage 2. Oh, is it? I thought it was always damage 2. Yeah, it's trash. Black Knights up 5. Ravenwing Command Squad up 55. Again. They've gained leader, but is it worth 55 points? No. Dark Talon's down 10. Dark Shroud's down 5. Samael's up 5. And then Stubborn's up 5. And the Weapons of the Dark Age, or whatever they call it. The old Heavenfall Blade is down 5. And that is about everything, chat. Thank you so much for tuning in to my presentation. I will now be taking any questions regarding the Dark Angels Codex, but I haven't had a single member during the entire presentation, which is very cringe. So I do want to kill myself. So if you don't become a member right now, I am going to just end stream, okay? Well, this was £1.99 a month. You can support the channel today. So no Blood Ravens, Dark Angels. Probably, unless I run Deathwing. Maybe. Ravenwing are okay. It's just the detachment's not great. How much crack was GW on when they decided these rules? I think we're probably going to see a lot of this. They are so afraid of overpowering something, or Codex creeping in general. But Andy Tech Dad had to become a member. You're a fucking legend. Thank you so much, mate. Thanks for becoming a member, Andy. Be like Andy. Don't be cringe. Thank you, Andy. You're a fucking legend. Have a member mad. So I'm not being a mad ass. Thank you so much for becoming a member, dude. Really appreciate it. Thanks for gifting membership to RDogT. Make sure you say thanks, bud. Member. Yeah, I think Games Workshop was so scared of making an overpowered codex, they're just going too far the other way. Favorite new model for Dark Angels? The Deathwing Knights are pretty nice. I just wish they were better. The Deathwing Knights are pretty nice. I'm actually going to be painting one for a video. It's going to be really fun. It's going to be really good. But I think the Deathwing Knights are good as a kit. I just don't think they are as a unit. Any advanced and charge strats? The only advanced and charge things available is an enhancement for the Ravenwing. Again, if you're playing Deathwing, you're having a great time. The Codex is 290 for 10. Well, for Deathwing, it's 290 for 5, bud. What do you mean it's 290 for 10? I do think there'll be a balanced data slate, and I think they probably will address, because we've had new codexes and a balanced data slate every time. So I think they are going to be dropping codexes near balanced data slates often. Oh, it's a 290 out of 10, the rating. Right, okay. I get you. I thought you were talking about the Deathwing points. I'll talk about Deathwing this way. So yeah, I think if they take the Deathwing Knights, drop them to like 240, 250. Deathwing Terminators are the same points as Terminators, but are just the same unit. They're already expensive, so they're not worth it. That's going to be the problem. The Deathwing detachment looks really good, but everything's really expensive. You want like 30 Terminators, and then 10 Deathwing, and then something else. And it's like, oh, I don't have any points left. I got one character, and that's it. Oh, I've got the Deathwing Assault, so I deep strike turn 1, and I've got no other army. I think you're right. They don't want an Admech into Dracarys, into Custodians, into Quins, into Nids, Knife debacle. Yeah, so they don't want everything to be overpowered, but I feel like they've gone too far the other way now, because Admech and Dark Angels just don't feel that great. Now, the nice thing about Dark Angels is you have this Codex Space Marine still to play with, and they've just nerfed some of the units. But it's nice that it's not like you're limited to just these 3 detachments. If you go, actually, the Deathwing and the Ravenwing ones are pretty shit, I'm going to run Stormlands, that's fine. I'm going to run Gladius, that's also fine. But the problem is the units that you were taking that were unique are actually a bit worse. I think taking Ravenwing and putting them in a different detachment is arguably just much better. And I think Deathwing are just too expensive. You know, especially the Deathwing Knights at 290. I think 290 points for 5 dudes is very expensive. Especially because they got nerfed as well. Like, they are the same unit, but they've been nerfed, and they're more expensive. Because they used to be damage 3 on the maces. But now they're just up 55 points. Can't take units of 10, and worse. Is there any synergy with Deathwing Sternguard? Not that I see, bud, to be honest. I don't really see much that you can do with Deathwing Sternguard. Because, yeah, if you put him in the Deathwing detachment, what we got? Plus 1 to wound. It's alright. Again, if you're shooting, but they're just like... Sternguard are also just kind of expensive. Wish I actually just designed all the books together and dropped them together. Yeah, dropping them together would be nice, but that's not how they make money, is it? They do it like this to make money. Because you start playing your army for a bit, a new army comes out, you go, oh, I'm going to buy the army. You buy a second army. Easy as. Sounds like this codex is for fluffy narrative armies. Competitors should stick with the base codex. Yeah, it's not bad. If Terminators come down in points in the balanced data slate, it's going to be quite interesting to readdress the Deathwing detachment. And the Ravenwing one, I don't know. I think that's just too far gone. I don't know if that's going to be any good. The Green Wing one's okay. It's just that one stratagem's so expensive for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah. The Deathwing one's good. It's just too expensive. The units are too expensive. I'm not sure the unique units not being pushed is a bad thing. The supplement Space Marines usually have a problem with using their unique stuff too well. Yeah, but the thing is with it is, like, if you're a Dark Angels player, you kind of want to use those units, and at the minute, they're just not really worth it. Like Deathwing Terminators have been, like, washed away. They're basically not a thing. They're just a Terminator squad. Oh, I can take a plasma cannon. Cool. You know? But then Deathwing Knights have been completely nerfed to a point where you're not even going to look at them. And then the Ravenwing detachment is overall bad. So, like, you're just going to be a Dark Angels player that's just running a Space Marine list, you know? Or you're going to be playing Black Templars or Green Templars, you know? Or Green Ironstorm, really. That's like kind of like where you're being pushed to, I think. So, yeah, you're still going to have, like, the special characters, but do I care about the special characters? Not really. Do I care about the Lion? He's not great at 300. He's a bit cheaper now. He's good, but Green Hands, yeah, exactly. Very silly question. Is Scythe anywhere in the Codex? No. No, mate. He was in the Chaos Space Marine Index, right? I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a Chaos Marine these days with the Fallen. I don't know if they'll survive, though. Yeah, he's in the Chaos Space Marines book. Keywords, Chaos. Providing points in the book makes absolutely no sense now. No, exactly. Providing the points in the books is just a thing that they used to do. It's for the chill hammer, you know, the casual hammer. But I do think, I honestly believe, I haven't got any information. It's not like I'm going, oh, maybe I'll get something. I've got nothing. I've got no idea. But I do think if they bring out the balance dates like next week, I think they'll probably do something about the Dark Angels points. But they just feel really, really high. If they don't, right? Cloud makeup. Okay? Cloud makeup all over Games Workshop. Everything's just expensive. Aren't the Fallen now just part of Dark Angels? No, they're not in here. Aren't the Fallen in the Chaos book? Oh no, they're literally not in there. No, not in there. That's fine. The Fallen aren't a thing. You just got Scythe for some reason. Data sheets. Yeah, Cypher's there. Who can you attach to anyone? No, loan up. No, I don't think they're actually a thing anymore. I thought they were in the Chaos book. Nope, not in that. Why are you zooming out? There you go. They aren't all factions, just Marines with extra bits. They don't all need a different book. Sure, make specific units, but not specific books. Yeah, this is a Codex supplement to go with the original Codex. I just realized approach, tune these armies up in a control fashion instead of shattering metas every release. Yeah, I agree. It just means it's less interesting when a Codex comes out. That's the other problem. Index Astartes risen with Cypher coming to a white dwarf near you soon. Yeah, probably. Zoom in and look at my kitty. No. Probably, is it going to be rude? Why does he look like that? Why does he look so shocked? If you wanted supplements for each special Snowflake chapter, then fine. Only if it was digital release for all factions at once. Otherwise, feel they clog up other books. They're releasing separate supplements for each one. Definitely. They release things separately, so you'll buy more. That's the other reason. That is the only reason they do it separately. It's because they want you to buy more. You see my baby girl's gender. I'm sorry I misgendered your cat. Very cute kitten. Anyway, chat. It's been fun. It's been emotional, but that is the Dark Angels new Codex. Overall, not mega excited. We didn't do a how I broke this Codex. I don't think there was anything to break. It's only half a Codex though, so does that count? I don't think so. I don't think it counts, chat. So that's it. That's it. That's all I've got for you today, to be honest. So have a look at some memes. I've been tagged in them. Let's have a look. literally. That's where we're leaving, yeah? Think that's where we're going to leave it? I'm off to sleep. Yeah, good idea. So if you didn't know, I have a video coming out at 6 p.m. today, which is me and the boys painting some old world. It's a very, very fun video. I'm very excited for you guys to see it. I'm going to go finish the edit now, and it's going to be dropping at 6 p.m. today, so please don't miss out. It's very, very fun. It's very emotional. It's very, very good. Okay. But otherwise, I'll be back Monday. It's my birthday stream on Monday, so we're going to be talking all about me all night, and I might even have a huge announcement. Okay. I might even have a huge announcement Monday, I'm hoping. All being well, big announcement. Okay. Monday. But otherwise, please check out the painting video at 6 p.m. today. It's got me, it's got all the boys. It's going to be a good laugh. And then you might even see some of my stuff on Warhammer Community too. That'll be fun. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Dark Angels Codex review. Yes, a 290 out of 10. I agree. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.